Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share my experience of two different decks from SMS Audio. One is featuring Asahi Kasei AKM 4499EX dual balance digital to analog converter chip with AKM 4191 modulator chip. Re-regulate incoming digital signal before main digital chip. Correct any error may occur when you put USB cable or any digital inputs before it gets to main chip. So that is one of the most advanced feature of this D400EX design. The other one is SMS SU10. It uses the ESS9038 Pro dual chip, full balance design, and it can have pretty much all the digital inputs that you may ever need, even USB-C. If you need USB-C connection, that is a great choice. So when I try Bluetooth playback from my computer or my phone, they both lack definition. This D400EX has slightly clearer and better definition than SU10. Probably that's due to the AKM 4191 modulator chip reconfiguring the incoming signal, playing Bluetooth option. So that is a little thing that I like to point out. Overall fit and finish and features depending on what you like. Personally, I like the D400EX design and the features, right? Menu button, there is like a jog dial instead of SU10 one button do it all option. So it's a little frustrating sometimes if you are using one button. But D400EX has the dedicated menu button, and jog dial makes it easier for me at least, and very simple to use as well. SU10 retail for around $900 and D400EX retail for around $950, so which totally reflect the overall sound reproduction as well, because D400EX is slightly better in terms of refinement and accuracy and controlling all the background noise and giving you better like organic feeling, natural feeling sound reproduction. In the other hand, SU10 will play louder, like 3 to 4 decibel louder than the D400EX. So when I listen to them back to back using the Sony Music server connecting USB cable directly, as well as my laptop computer connected directly via USB cable, I did online streaming with my laptop and using Audiavana or even Apple Music or Amazon Music directly playing the desktop software. What I find is they are very much comparable, but I find it to be SU10 is a bit noisier in the background, a little bit more sibilance in mid-range and like vocals, and a little bit noisier, brighter than D400EX, but it has a slightly tighter bass response, a little bit quicker immediacy, and a little bit more forwardness in overall sound signature of SU10 compared to D400EX. D400EX has a slightly less forward sound, but it has deeper and wider sound with like very articulate bass notes without getting forward in overall frequency range. The bass notes, I find it to be a little bit more natural on D400EX, and SU10 is a little bit like artificial kind of bass quality. It does have a good sound to it, but if you compare them back to back, personally, I prefer D400EX bass quality. The loudness and the overall sound signature is very different. D400EX is more enjoyable in long hour of music listening, and I can listen to it a bit longer. But if I decrease the volume to my normal level around like 70 to 75 dB range, both can produce great sound, but in the long run, again, I end up preferring and enjoying more with D400EX for my music listening section, right? When I listen into a lot of jazz music or that kind of audiophile genre music, right? Those kind of music, you might find it to be SU10 maybe slightly better in attack and immediacy, but if you really listen to it, upright bass or those kind of like acoustic performance is more noticeable with D400EX than SU10. What I mean by that is when the bass player is slapping and pulling the strings, is more apparent and more better reproduction out of D400EX than SU10. SU10 will reproduce bass accurately, but not as realistic as D400EX will do. But please keep in mind, it does have a better immediacy and a slightly better attack because of it has a forward sound signature. So that's the difference in terms of that kind of notes. And when I listen to snare drums and kick drums and those kind of notes, I like the SU10 sound, but D400EX makes it more enjoyable and more engaging and natural to my ears using both of these speakers back to back. Personally, for my taste and my system, I prefer D400EX over SMS SU10 in this price point. So I try many different music in many different genre, and I find D400EX handle very well with reproducing any music I throw at them. So if you like hard rock, heavy metal, or even really bright sounding music, they can handle it very easily, D400EX. SU10 on other hand, it will give you more precise, some may say slightly more precise and vividness in overall notes and tonal balance, but it will give you brighter sound signature and forward sound as well. Human voices and vocals, I totally like D400EX. SU10 is up there as good as D400EX, but I can hear more sibilance and a little bit more like forwardness in bright sounding area in those notes region. So that is a little downside for me. So that's where the another differences are. ESS DACs have a really nice attack and vividness and really tight bass quality and those kind of all good stuff, but over time they tend to get bright for my taste. If I have to choose one, I will be definitely choosing that SMS D400EX in my system, whether I'm using with my Class D setup or my Class A bias setup. Regardless of what speaker I use, I like D400EX for more well-rounded notes with least bright sounding sound signature in my system. Although SU10 can work well with if I only listen to audiophile music. If I do a lot of modern music, I don't think I can listen to for long hours. So that's the little downside for me. So overall price and performance and sound quality, they both totally give you much better in price to performance. As much as I love the sound of R2R DACs, these two DACs are really up there with those $2,000 price range R2R DACs in terms of sound quality and bass quality. They can do a lot better and more control and more depth and well-rounded notes with really articulate attack and quality sound that it can reproduce. So that is my experience that I like to share with you. You will hear the back-to-back sound sample after this. So thank you very much for watching and happy listening.
Look at the sky, it's the color of love. So great. On the bass, Mr. Pretty Boy Keisuke-san. On the guitar, Onuma Yosuke-san. Yeah.
The sky, it's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly came from above. He led me to you. He led me to you. He built the bridge to your heart all the way. How many times I've lived inside, oh, I can't say. When I was led to you. When I lay eyes on you, held by you really have been the color of love. You gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life. Kiss of life. Wasn't it clear from the start? Look at the sky, it's full of clouds. The sky is full of clouds. He built a bridge to your heart all the way, and let it light and how many times I've loved inside now I can't say it gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life. Should be fine.
On the bass, Mr. Torigoe Keisuke-san.
On the guitar, Onuma Yosuke-san. Yeah.